And that moment when you're stuck after reviving. Hi guys, this is Mattias, coming at you here with my first edited Battlefield 5 video. And I felt like the most suitable subject of this video would be my first impression of it. Now, since the first thing that you noticed or that you heard in this video was my reaction to that revive animation, let's just start there. Reviving in this game is very different compared to Battlefield 1, and actually quite different to the Battlefield series as a whole. I'll show you quite a number of examples of it later on. The first 3.5 minutes or so is from a kill streak I had playing Medic, and yeah, it took me a little while to get into this game, I have to say. I'm really struggling with the low frame rate and other performance issues. Now, a couple of things about reviving in Battlefield 5 is that not only does it take a lot longer than what we're used to, but there is an animation that forces you to sit on top of the dead player, which means that in some situations when you revive, you can't strategically stay behind cover in order not to be killed while you're reviving, even if you feel like you should be able to reach a dead player with a needle, even if you yourself stay behind a wall, for example. But that doesn't work in this game. You will automatically be put through an animation on top of your dead teammate. And that is, in my opinion, that is one of the things that I really don't like about playing Medic in this game. And many times I just ignore dead players, even though I could revive them, because I just feel like it's not worth the risk. Now, I really hope that DICE decides to change this, both the time it takes and the animation itself, where you get a little bit more freedom of where you place yourself while performing the revive. The most frustrating part for me is right after you revive, you're done with it, and you're kind of like stuck holding that needle in your hands next to your former dead teammate. And I always get into like a kind of a panic mode when that happens, and the times that I've been killed while trying to perform a revive, I've lost count even the very first day of playing. Now, with the lack of ammo that you have as you spawn in, you constantly have to resupply yourself. Here you see me missing one of those ammo boxes. I'm right next to it, I'm just not paying attention to it. Instead, I keep running around with a pistol. But that is one thing that you should get used to as soon as possible in Battlefield 5. That is, unless something changes about this. And that is to switch to your pistol and learn to rely on it. I think I'll show you a couple of decent pistol kills in this video. Now, as I'm sure you know, DICE puts a lot of effort into the graphics when in every Battlefield game, and Battlefield 5 is not an exception. But in some aspects, I think they're overdoing it. One of the things that I noticed was that the snow effect, or the snowflakes falling from the sky, they are much more intense when you're inside of a house than outside, whether or not that house has a roof on top of it still or not. Now, personally, I had hoped that DICE would cut down with the weather effects. I still don't know if that is so, but with the effects of snow falling in this map, it feels like they're gonna keep going with it. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the particle effects that you have on the map Passchendaele that you see in the Burning Forest. And even though I'm no expert, I am suspecting that it has quite a negative effect on our performance. So notice how I threw a couple of smoke grenades there as I'm ending this kill streak, and I did so to cover the right side flank. And yes, the default grenades for the Medic class is smoke. You get 2 of those grenades, and they're very useful, of course. At some point, as this game goes into beta or full release, I'm sure that we can choose whatever grenades we want, but as of now, I don't think that's possible. Another big part of this game that is different from Battlefield 1 are these ammo and healing stations, or whatever you want to call them. Now, you don't get stuck on them, or you don't have to activate an animation to interact or to resupply or heal yourself, which is good. You can just quickly run up to it, and while moving, you can just hold in E and resupply and heal yourself. So it's quite fast, which is one of the positive things about it. But aside from that, I'm not entirely sure that I think it's all that positive. The fact is, you get quite dependent on them, and because of that, they have a tendency to create its own little meta. Many times people stay and camp on them or next to them because they provide cover, and you can constantly heal and resupply yourself. You also have people camping them in order to kill people that are trying to get there and resupply and heal, which, again, yeah, it's just a matter of opinion whether or not you think this is a good, bad, or maybe just an irrelevant thing. Honestly, it might actually have a smaller impact on the game than I first thought, so I'll leave that open for a while.
first aid.
I need help.
I'm helping you, girl. Yeah? See? What a boss I am. Yes, when it comes to squad mates, you can actually revive them even if you are not a medic. They don't get full health, and it takes a lot longer, but it is doable. Here you'll see me playing Assault, and I was having fun at myself here looking back at this, because this is very early on in the game when I don't understand anything of it, and one of the things that confused me is how spotting works here. You can actually, when you spot and you're not spotting a player, you actually spot the ground or the wall or whatever, anything on the map. And that is what happens just shortly here. Now, because I didn't understand this, I thought it had something to do with the objective. So just to make a little fun of myself, I'll let you see how I reacted. Am I supposed to destroy that, or? What am I supposed to do here? Can I get more ammo? Uh-huh, here I can get more ammo. Oh, fuck! Okay, he knew that, yeah. Now, initially when I started playing, I played Assault, and it's very similar to Battlefield 1. You have this RPG, this rocket launcher, and dynamite, or maybe it's even C4. Now, the C4 or dynamite can be thrown a bit further than in Battlefield 1, and it also attaches on, like, for example, a tank or whatever. And here you'll see me use it on some of the infantry players that are on the other side of this little snow wall here. Now, as much as I really like the weapon of the Assault class, I'm doing better with the Medic class, and as I'm sure you understand, it is because you have the possibility to heal yourself. Now, the Assault class also comes with a frag grenade as a default. Oh, I got him with a nade. So now, just like in Battlefield 1, I don't particularly like operations much in Battlefield 5 either. And here I'll show you a couple of examples of what's even worse in this game mode. When you jump out of an airplane like this, this is how you spawn in the beginning, the game will automatically deploy your parachute. I would prefer to do that once I get a little bit closer to the ground. However, what is equally frustrating to whether you play Conquest or Operations is the very long waiting time after you're dead until you can spawn again. Now, maybe there is a way to make this go faster and I just don't know about it, but there are many situations where there is no medic nearby, so there's no point trying to hope for one. But since this is alpha, I think it's extra important to bring up these issues so that hopefully the devs will hear about them, if not from me, then from somebody else. After that, when you want to spawn in on one of your squad mates, it can also be rather frustrating because you can't click on the names of your squad mates to the left. Instead, you have to go like circle through them, and of course it's not that many, but it still is enough to make you a little bit irritated. Now again, just like with Battlefield 1, I think DICE is putting a big focus on trying to make this into a team play game, and with the addition of a few new features in Battlefield 5, they have taken this even another step further. So of course it makes it a little bit frustrating, the fact that all the squads are by default locked, and you can never switch from one squad to another, which eventually means that you're going to end up alone in your squad. And for me, it actually meant that I many times just left the match that I wanted to stay in, just because the only way I could find a squad was to join another match. Now obviously, this is something that's going to be fixed, but it's frustrating enough even in the alpha, so that at least I feel that it's worth mentioning.
Setting, HE. Setting, HE.
Now during this alpha, I will be playing the game quite a lot, and I will keep streaming it. I'm definitely having fun. I'm definitely enjoying a new Battlefield game, mainly for the sake of it being a new Battlefield game. But I'm really hoping that DICE will cut down on some of the features that signifies the changes from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5. And one of the things that I don't like all that much, and I've mentioned that before, even in Battlefield 1, that's animations. Now, generally, I have a problem with animations in first-person shooter games because I don't think it's a good idea that the game takes over the control of your character while in-game. To me personally, there is no reason whatsoever that justifies it. But even for people that have a different opinion about that, which is perfectly understandable, one of the problems with animations is just that, problems. There are so many problems with animations, something that we've seen in Battlefield 1, for example, where the sliding animation had to be changed, and the same goes for the charge animation. There was so many issues with it. I mean, if there's so many issues with it, then you have just another reason to at least cut down on it, if not skip it completely, which would be my suggestion. Either way, this is Alpha. I'm having a lot of fun, I will be playing it more, and I'm sure we will be seeing a lot of changes until this game goes live in October. So now whatever you think about the things that I brought up in this video, I really hope you enjoyed it. Now I will leave you with a little bit more gameplay here. My name is Mattias, and I want to thank you all for watching. Oh! What was that? Oh, that seemed like an explosion to me.
Attention, objective Fox has been lost.
Shit! First aid! Get patched! Yep, first aid for you.
They know that
They pipped our chance!
We are losing objective Able.
Objective under attack! Push the buggers back!
it's really hard to see something here in this lag.
Ready, Sergeant!
Oh, fucking snowman! Fucking no ammo.
Attention, objective Baker has been lost.
In you get, pal! Let's go! Capture the objective! There! More first aid! Got first aid for you!
Attention, objective Charlie now been lost.
Get fixed with that, soldier!
Do you have ammo? Yes, 20 bullets.
We are losing objective Fox.
Get back,